So I'm a YouTuber, which means that I spend a lot of time talking to this camera right here. See, I think that you'd be surprised by how a lot of YouTubers would act if you were to hang out with them in person while they're actually there in front of you compared to how you see them on camera. It's funny because a lot of criticism that I've received in the past is people saying that I talk too much during product reviews. I don't know how else I'm supposed to give you that information, but whatever. And the truth is I've actually struggled with confidence a lot more than you might think from just watching my YouTube channel and getting to know me over the internet. In here, I'm often alone. It's just me and the camera and in a fairly empty space. So basically all of that to say that there's certain things that I do in my own life to deal with confidence issues whenever they might arise. And that's what I want to share with you today. So I've got 5 tips on how we can deal with this issue and gain a little bit of confidence. So the first one is actually, it's just staying quiet. If you're in a group of people and you're not feeling that comfortable, maybe it's a group that you don't know that well, rather than just kind of mumbling senseless words, if you're that kind of person, I'm that kind of person. Instead, actually sit back, relax a little, and just listen. Active listening, even if you are remaining quiet, can create the perception of confidence. Keeping eye contact, staying focused with who you're talking to, and just listening is never a bad route to take. Obviously, you probably don't want to stay quiet forever, because that would get just a little weird in itself, but it does help from experience to gain some initial confidence. Number 2. So now the next thing that I'll often do, if I feel like conversation is starting to fade out, starting to die down, and then the awkward stage is starting to creep up and it's fast approaching, I'll just start firing away with lots of questions. And more specifically, questions about them, the person that you're actually speaking to, because people love to talk about themselves. Life lesson, people like to talk about themselves. Regardless of the situation though, asking lots of questions leads to new topics, it leads to new things to talk about, and often, if you ask enough questions, conversation will begin to flow more naturally once again. Okay, so for number 3, remember how I said people love to talk about themselves? This applies to you as well, the person sitting on the other side of this screen watching this video. Confidence begins to skyrocket as soon as you start to talk about things that you are passionate about. Whether it's something really important like a job or just simply a hobby that you're interested in. For example, for me, something that's important would be the YouTube channel, it would be the hair product company that I own, and something more just as a hobby, I like collecting kind of unique and fairly hard to get fidget spinners. That's just kind of my thing. I don't really care if you think it's weird. I like to do that. And I can guarantee you that I am at my most confident when I am talking about things that I am interested in. And you probably will be too. So number 4 is a lesson that I've learned a little bit more recently, and that is spend more time with your confident friend, or at least a friend of yours that is very extroverted. Ben Weir, he's my business partner. He's also a really good friend of mine. He's extremely outgoing. He's a little loud sometimes, but he has an incredible natural ability to talk to new people who he's never met, and within minutes it's as if they've known each other their entire life. I got a message. And actually my fiance has this gift as well. She's really good at connecting with new people. Me on the other hand, I find it really hard to come out and express my true colors. That's not me emerging from the closet, by the way. I'm still straight, but my ability to talk with people who I don't know that well really shoots up after I spend enough time hanging out with people like Ben, who has that natural ability and presence to just get in there and start speaking away at people who they don't know. Now for the 5th and final, this one is really important. You gotta learn that people are thinking about you a lot less than you are thinking about you. In other words, I often find myself kind of holding back a little bit because I'm not sure what someone's going to think of me, or maybe they'll make this incorrect perception about who I am and all of this crap that no one actually cares or thinks about. When in reality, as soon as the conversation's over, 10 minutes later, that person 9 out of 10 times probably forgotten your name, okay? Let's be honest. You're not that special. Confidence building 101. Remember, you're not special. That's a joke. You're very special to at least your mother, probably. All I'm saying is just remember that people are not thinking about you as critically as you are thinking about yourself. You have time to reflect on things that you don't like about yourself, but someone who you've just met, they don't know anything about you. They're not gonna notice the little flaws that you feel are really big. Big things in your head, small things / often not even noticed in other people's head. Well, guys, I know that these were kind of unconventional tips because I feel whenever I watch, I've seen a few like confidence building videos on YouTube, and I feel like they're always coming from people who are very confident themselves. So I'm hoping that this is a bit of a unique take coming from someone who I'm definitely like, I'm not confident, but I don't have the ability to just put myself out there like some people do. And these are a few of the things that I do in my own life to kind of deal with that, build up my own confidence, and I feel like I've definitely gotten better the more that I've practiced these things. So I hope that some of you find this helpful, what I'm trying to say. Thank you guys for watching this week's video. Hit that like button if you liked this video, and I'll see everybody next time.